Everybody online, looking good.
A companion podcast to the collaborative blog and gaming community that's playing as life allows. This is Multiplaying.
Well, let's start the insanity.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello?
Great heavens! What kind of radio show is this?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear
See,
us?
I set up push to talk and it's not working.
Right?
This is stupid.
Don't do push to
Nah,
talk.
don't do push.
Well, I didn't know if
All on all the time. We want your original reaction.
I didn't know if there was like, what if my cats jumped on my head and I start screaming?
No,
That
it's
makes
fine.
good material.
Yeah,
Okay,
He's
that's
gonna
fine.
edit that in to the
Okay.
most appropriate
I
place.
mean, because they do jump up on this desk and attack sometimes.
Mine jumps on the back of my chair all the time. It's fine.
Or if I wanted to be one of those gross people and just start eating over my mic. Yum, yum, yum.
Well, I do mute myself during certain things. But
You poop yourself, you said?
Mute.
Oh,
I've never pooped myself.
mute. I totally got that wrong.
That's a little-
She does
Where's
do
the
that
mute,
too.
just in case.
I've never done that as far as you know. But anyway, so like he comes home from school today, right? And I'm like, hey, he's like 19 or 20. I'm like, hey, how about for a treat? And Jason already bought the tickets.
Yeah.
We take you to see the Captain America movie. He goes, I guess. And I'm just like, fucking entitled little prick, in my head, not out loud.
Yeah.
And we went to dinner, and he was just kind of like, well, what else do I get to do tonight? And we're
Oh.
just like, right? And I'm
Oh.
just like, he's not normally like that. He's a really great kid. Like, so I'm just like, we had a talking to, and he's like, no, he's like, I didn't mean it like that. Like, he was understanding and conversational about the whole thing, but it just
Expected fireworks.
a few little teenage things popped out there that I was like, that's premature. You're 9. I shouldn't have to deal with this yet.
Yeah.
Back in your bottle. So
Yeah, we have to about every night practice spelling words for.
we do every day. He writes like he has like he goes over them because that's his weakness.
Yeah. How many does he have to do a week?
It's about 15. Jay,
Oh, really?
I think you can call Jay now. By the
Oh,
way.
okay, cool. Yeah.
Huh?
Hmm?
Well, he called you. We weren't there yet. Yeah.
Who?
Oh, I
Here
did
now.
earlier.
There you go.
I see
How,
everybody's
how many spelling? He has about 15.
20.
20?
20 like a week?
Yeah.
That's
every
a lot.
That's what usually kids have. My kid has like 20, 25 spelling words every week.
Mine's got 10 a week.
Oh, easy kids.
Oh,
guess.
our school's twice as good.
What am I paying all this money for?
Don't trust that spell check. All right, let me pull up this whole. What is this now? I have all these people adding.
Hole.
Well, I get
Pull up this hole.
this. I got like people adding me on Google Plus. I'm like, you don't know me. If you're adding me on Google Plus, you don't know me.
Yeah, same here.
I don't use Google Plus.
Oh, you slackers.
I
Google
don't-
Plus is fun to
Nope.
write about stuff.
I enjoy reading stuff, but I will never ever post or join things. I don't like my real name on that stuff.
Well, I keep everything in circles with my stuff. I don't like my real name on that stuff either, but I keep everything in circles so none of it's public. I never do any of that public stuff.
So much work. Like, oh.
I can't
And you're
just click this
okay.
thing one time.
And we're talking to someone who has 12
I always
Twitter.
post just to circles.
I have 12 Twitter accounts.
But Google is so hard.
Google is
I
so
know.
much work.
With 12 Twitter accounts and 140 characters, she can write whatever she wants.
I'm doing pretty good.
I retweet all my own shit.
Oh, you could totally tell who they all are because they retweet a lot of multiplaying.
Yeah. We're popular amongst ourselves.
Well, yeah. You know
You
how like
automatically start with 12 followers.
yeah, because like Twitter like always tells you like
We're very big in Barosa's house.
Twitter always tells you, like, you should follow this person because so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so is following them. And all of those people are me.
Wow. I didn't know
But
until
anyway.
right now that they now have a Johnny Appleseed hard cider.
Oh, you are so Indiana. I'll be right back.
Hey, it's not even made here.
So when's your family back?
Tomorrow.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Or have you gotten kind of used to this?
I actually had a conversation at work with one of our HVAC contractors today who I frequently talk to. He goes, "So when's your family's back? When?" I was like, "Tomorrow. I got to pick them up from the airport." And he goes, "So has it been like really nice? Like
Yeah.
not having them around?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Man,
You
I
shouldn't feel bad.
he goes, I've talked to somebody, he said he talked to somebody at his work who had their family gone for a few days, and they were conversing about how the guy was saying, he goes, yeah, I really miss my family. It's okay for like a day or so. And he's just like, what are you, fucking nuts? It's like,
But you love them, right?
but you love them, right?
Anyway.
Get maybe cleaning before they get back, or
I didn't.
It's gonna be like I love you, man. Like just before the girlfriend comes home at the beginning of the movie.
I just
Have
tried
you
to not
seen
make
that?
a mess while they were gone.
That's the best part of being alone, man.
I swept up, but that's about it. Nah.
clean all the jizz off the wall.
All right.
The mop.
Ew.
You gotta call in disaster management.
Oh,
You know, we watched the trailer for Godzilla, and they were wiping that white goo off the boxes. I thought it was jizz.
I had to call in Serve Pro.
It's like Godzilla jizz, just all over this shit.
How'd it get up there?
Anyway,
It's already a good start to this show. I
And
feel like
good
I kind of
morning.
feel crappy for some reason.
why?
I don't
Your
know.
family's coming back tomorrow.
I even thought of that as a possibility. It's like, I wonder, am I feeling like shit because they're coming back?
24 hours from now, it'll all be back.
No, I don't know if it was nerves from the race tomorrow morning, or I wouldn't think that I've done races. It's not that big a deal. It's got to be them.
yeah, you'll be fine.
The impending return.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You should not put that on your podcast.
They don't listen.
Do you pick them up
Yeah.
after the race?
Yeah, they're not back until like supper time.
Supper.
Are you still gonna be
What?
covered in all the paint? All the
No, I'll
color,
I'll
whatever?
come home and wash up.
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't just stay in that all day.
Yeah, just
Go
show
have
up.
lunch out somewhere by
You have no
myself.
idea what happened while you were gone.
People do that. I've seen it.
Sitting at a Five Guys covered.
Oh, no. Jason and I, we were so on this big, like, I don't know if it's runner's high because it's not that long, but we did Warrior Dash last year, and we
Totally runner's high. That shit's grueling, isn't it?
we never did anything like that before. Like, and we actually had no idea what we were in for when we did it because, like, we did one 5K and then Warrior Dash. So
Oh
we
God.
like we were not ready for any of that type of stuff. I mean, you're swimming in a lake, or I don't know if you know what Warrior Dash is, but like
Yeah.
one of the first obstacles, I'm in a lake. And the water's over my head, right? Like you cannot touch the ground as you're swimming and treading water because the obstacle is you have to pull yourself with all your upper body strength onto a raft and you can't touch the ground. Like I don't know if you understand how that's a lot of strength.
That you didn't know you possessed.
I cheated.
That
I was all man. I pulled myself up.
No, I did my own, but I was on the side where the raft. I cheated because I saw a couple other people doing this, so I went to the side where the raft was bolted into the ground. So I used that rope and put my foot against that rope, and yeah, I cheated a bit. But F that, it still was exhausting. And but anyway, we did this whole like Warrior Dash thing, and we must have smelled so bad, and we went out for drinks afterward because we were so proud of ourselves. and we had to smell bad.
People were looking at us.
Yeah, we were covered in mud.
Well, like Scary, you do a lot of weightlifting and stuff, right?
Yeah, I do all that stuff. I've never done a Warrior Dash, but I've researched those Spartan races and stuff like that. But I've never, had the balls to go out and do one of those things. I'm not a runner. Running is one of the most horrible sports that I can think of.
You're more just like a gym rat.
Yeah, I like lifting weights and working out, and I don't mind running because I have to for my job. For the military, we have to run, but that's the only time I want to run ever.
He's a fucker, not a fighter.
Wow.
Yeah. So I lift weights though. I've been doing that for like 20 years. So
wow,
I'm old and I hurt myself and stuff like that.
Yeah. How old are you, man?
Me?
Yeah.
39.
That's personal.
Oh,
no, it doesn't matter.
He's
Guys
a guy.
don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year.
You're not old. I'm 38. See,
Yeah.
I'll be 39 this year.
My wife is a youngin' though.
She sounds hot.
My
Yeah, I
man's
can
a
hear her in the
youngin',
background.
so.
Yeah, she's 27. My
Wow.
wife.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Jabber's not that young.
Yeah. So yeah, I got the youngin'.
Nice. Well, I guess we can talk about some gamage. We'll do
Cool.
that.
Are you
Should we
taping
do
yet?
an intro? Yeah,
been recording.
this is all in.
Shut the fuck.
What we do, and he'll put the intro.
Thought we just bullshitting. Like, hey,
No,
let's
that's
just
That's
how-
what our
bullshit.
podcast is.
That's what it is.
Well, you didn't say
our-
okay, play.
No, we don't. Our entire last show, I have no idea what's actually in it because I didn't bother listening to it yet, and
fine.
it was just Slurms and I talking on the phone, like this with our headsets, and I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, what's he fucking gonna use? Because that was just like us talking. Like,
It was mostly you guys ripping on me.
I was not ripping on you.
I was.
You're the best thing ever.
It's like, shit.
Anyway, we should do a slight intro. Can I pop that in?
Do
Yeah,
it.
pop it.
Okay, so welcome to the Multiplaying 105. That's right. The 105th episode. It is happening with Jason. Say hello.
Say hello.
And Steve.
It's not the way that works. You're not
Well, we're
supposed to
doing it.
Say.
But we're doing it.
It's a new thing.
That's what we're doing. He's making a hiss.
You're not supposed to say unless you're gonna be the Michael Jackson.
Say hey.
Steve, can you say some shit that
To
doesn't
my
make you
Paul
sound like a
McCartney.
Hey, Steve, why don't you say something that doesn't make you sound like a dick?
I like.
He failed.
Ah,
Too late. And tonight, as a very, very special guest, we have ScaryBooster.
Hey.
Hey, he's got a blog, he's got a Twitter, and he's got Google Plus, and he's out there talking about video games.
All the cool kids have Google Plus.
I don't have Google Plus.
Right, like you
You
said.
have 2 of them. That's what you got.
for now.
I've got 3.
Do you?
Yeah.
Jesus. So what topic do we want to talk about?
Well,
We have topics.
yeah,
Sometime.
I think what's on everyone's mind, of course, is the Elder Scrolls Online's. Was the head start this whole week, and launch was today. Talk about that mess first and foremost-ish.
They had a second trailer come out.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't? It
I
looks
was
good.
Too busy playing.
Sorry. It was good. But yes, Head Start's been fun. But our guest here, Scary, you said you were playing, but not for very long.
Yeah, I haven't played very much. I actually have been busy between work and a bunch of shit, but I won't be playing after the Head Start, not because I don't like it, but because I'm really busy for the next couple months. I'll do my subscription and everything probably in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You have a bad habit of like SWTOR was this problem with you. Like you tried to launch and like play SWTOR with us, and you had a deployment like with military stuffage, and you came back and it's like 6 months later, and you're like, where the hell is everybody?
Yeah, that's what happens.
And I'm like, well, there was a big fallout, and we don't talk to anybody anymore.
Yeah, that's what sucks. These games, I really want to play them. Like this game, I really, really want to play, but
Loving it. Yeah.
I have to. I can't subscribe to it or even do my free 30 days because I got so much work to do right now, and I got injured, so I have all this crap that I have to do, and there's no way I can play it until June when
Did
I
you
can
get injured
some...
running?
No, I actually got injured in my sleep.
Running in your sleep?
No, I wasn't running. Actually, what happened
Was it the magicals?
No, what happened? What happened like 3 weeks ago? I was really nervous about this job interview that I had. So I guess I was tossing. My wife said I was tossing and turning in my sleep. So I was like tossing and turning and stuff, and I woke up in pain. So I didn't know what it was. So I pulled down my pants and I noticed my legs were like beaten with welds, you know. And I guess what happened was my penis was just slamming against my legs. And I threw out one of my legs, and now I have to be on hydrocortisone because one of my legs, I pulled the leg muscle, and this welt is on the side of my leg where it just kind of hammered my thigh.
So you threw out your leg with your penis.
Right. That's exactly what happened. These things just happen to me.
Sure.
It was a bad dream, and
every man, right, guys?
And it just hammered
totally.
my leg. My orthopedic surgeon.
Wait, why did you go
orthodontist?
Well, because of
my orthopedist. he said, "How did you do this?" And I was like, "Well, I can't really tell him that it was my penis that was like hurting my leg, because it would kind of make him jealous. So I just told him, hey, you know, I heard it in the gym doing squats."
Sure.
Right.
Sure, that happens.
You know, I have that problem. Like when I go to the doctors and they look at my dick, they're like, "Well, legally we can't let you leave the lot with a dick this size. You might run into some issues."
So that's my story. That's how I hurt myself. Penis was.
She gonna be okay?
I'm not sure. I mean, legally, I can't get out of my seat to check. My doctor told me not to. It's this dick.
No, I think that was a more interesting story than actually I did hurt it in the gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. I did hurt it in the gym.
So you're liking Elder Scrolls?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, for our audience, the sake of the people that, okay, everyone who does listen to us knows we play every game out there, so we should explain a bit. Elder Scrolls Online, if you're a fan of any Elder Scrolls game, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Skyrim, it's not that game. Also, it is not necessarily the MMO you've come to know and love as the theme park edition. It is, I would say, a marriage of those two concepts. And it is, I would say, theme park light, whereas Jabberant, aka Jason, was saying it's sandbox light. It's very a mess between those two things. Yeah,
it's a Venn diagram of those two, but yet not having the entirety.
You have the two circles, and it meets there.
Yes.
Because I have watched people streaming this who are MMO vets, and those people are getting very frustrated because it's not necessarily leading you like as you expect a theme park MMO to do, as this is labeled as, you know, from, I don't know, like quest hub to quest hub. It doesn't work that way. You can just, you know what, you don't like what you're doing? Stop. Pick a direction and run. And once you get interested in an area, start helping those people. That's all you have to do. It's very, very, very open, and it does not hold your hand. It's extremely slow, and that's something I kind of had to get used to. Was I actually stopped my one character and created a new character because I was rushing, and I was missing like so much stuff. And so now I made this new character, and I'm reading all the books, and I'm slowly going through because I'm taking the time now to enjoy the exploration. And it's kind of hitting me like that's what this game is about. It's not about getting to top end game. That's not where the real, you know, quote game is. It's just experience this moment, and I find it actually to be very relaxing.
Have you had any random encounters yet?
Can you be more? I don't like.
Like, for instance, there was one that was posted online. I've had a separate one, but the one that there's like a couple guys sitting by a campfire, and if you stand there, there's no fire there, but they're standing, I think, possibly arguing over the fact that they can't get the fire started, but you can start the fire for them, and they interact with you because of that.
Oh, that's awesome! No, I
Right.
haven't had that.
Yeah, I had a similar one where I was running by, and there was one guy, presumably a Breton, like kind of behind a horse that was like
Sex.
not like on the side of it, anyways. Using the horse kind of as a shield, and there was like a pack horse, and there was this female, I think it was a female orc, standing fighting a couple bandits while I walked down, and he's like berating her. He's like, "No, I said you use your left," or something like that. And she's arguing back with him, but I walked in, took out the two bandits, and then they like thanked me, and I walked up and talked to him. They said, "Well, now that we can get this caravan back on the road or whatever," and they like start walking back towards the road. I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like it really isn't a quest. It has nothing to do with anything, but it was just like this little piece of the
yeah.
world.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And they keep moving, and like later on, if you went to like that town, they would probably be there.
maybe, I don't know.
I've had that happen where, well, I've done that with quests at least. Like, the game hasn't been out that long. I've had that happen with quests where, like, on the one character, I did this certain quest line, and the people were in the pub, the local pub afterwards.
Mhm.
And on another character, I made a different choice, and they weren't there.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
choices are really cool so far.
Yeah, like, yeah, kind of like that.
I had a conversation on Google Plus about this game and about WildStar. Not like a comparison between the two, but the difficulty and what was wrong with Star Wars: The Old Republic and what was wrong with all these MMOs that come out. It seems like, and you know this from Star Wars: The Old Republic, is that they wanted you to be the hero. You walked in there and you wanted to be the hero, and WildStar is just like that. You want to be the hero. Every time you walk into WildStar, you just gun down everything, like 4, 5, 6 mobs, you gun down everything. Elder Scrolls Online, to me, so far, has been more of a Dark Souls game, where you get your ass handed to you early on, and you're not the hero. You're just a normal guy getting your ass handed to you. And I've seen there's been tweets and people talking about how hard this game is compared to normal MMOs, and I compared it to the old Dayoc days and EverQuest, where shit was hard. I mean, it was hard to actually get into the game. It's hard for a new person to get into this game because your ass is being handed to you at every corner.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would agree with that. I was talking to Ruth today on Twitter. He's someone I've played with Dak with since 2004, and he's someone who's been like with I don't know if you're familiar with our group, but like he's been with Winden and Lanier since like 99, 98, like around there from EQ days. And he was saying like I haven't died this much in MMO ever, excluding EverQuest. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
It's amazing. Like that you actually have to like, okay, well, you're gonna die if you make bad choices.
Level 7, 8, this is when people are starting having troubles. They're like, this is not the game. It's not an MMO. This is really hard to play this game. And there's so many choices. Like I spent hours live streaming and doing videos. I put a couple on YouTube if you want to plug those, maybe. But I did these videos of just me walking around doing crafting and killing some mobs, and I died a couple times in the game. I don't have any more of those gems to revive myself because I've died at level 7
I have
many
so
times.
many of those. I could give them away to you.
Well, I
I'm
haven't
so
played
glad when
that
I put
much.
a point in, I can res myself every once in a while.
I
Skill line.
I buy a bunch of those empty ones, and I have the ability where I fill 2 for every one I do. So I've been throwing. Check the guild bank. I just put 10 in there today. But anyway, but yeah, I totally have been having the same issue. And like the other problem I have was like the the traditional way you build your character doesn't apply here, and it is they're being very honest when they say, play what you want, build what you want. And it's so open-ended, everyone's freaking out because everyone's so used to having this template of what is correct and everything else is wrong. And I'm getting mixed messages, how to build a Templar, how to build a sorceress. Like, everyone disagrees because it doesn't really so far seem to be one way's the right way. It's just how you play it actually can work. If it's,
And with as much time as you're going to invest in a character, I think there's going to be less, at least for a while, there's going to be less cookie cutter builds until this game's been out.
There's going to be ones that people throw out there as this is how to build a battle mage or whatever. But the way I've been going about it is I have 2 characters, and I am building one as a scout, which is basically the scout from Dark Age. And then I also have another one, which I have a Templar who I'm building as a friar from Dark Age. So there's a trend going with me in this game.
You just wish you had a stat,
try to recreate characters that I loved in Dark Age. And so far it's working awesome.
I actually did rebuild Zelly to look exactly like, because Zelly was a Breton in DAOC. So I made her like the little blonde, girl, and I'm trying to make her a jack of all trades because she was a minstrel. So I'm kind of trying to make her this mix of everything and rebuild her in this world, and it's kind of awesome because I'm not min-maxing her because she was never a min-max character then.
Yeah.
So she's wearing heavy armor, but she's casting spells, but she's got like all this health. She's a mess, and she's kicking ass.
What are you playing, Scary?
Right now, I'm playing the Dragon Knight. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of the stealther class, but I made a Dragon Knight because I'm more familiar with that kind. I played a little bit in beta, but the tanky, I wanted more of a tank, and I like the fire spells that they have, but I really haven't had as much time as I wanted with the game. I was hoping that when I started my day 5 head start that I was going to be able to play that day and the next day and all this week, and I've only really seriously played maybe 3 hours of the game. I'm hoping tonight after this and this weekend I'll actually get into the game and play, because after Sunday I won't be able to play it for 2 months. And that's one of those things that I wanted to ask you guys that are playing it right now. And like you said, my deployments, I'd take deployments and poof, everybody would be gone. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like right now about this game? We played Star Wars The Old Republic, and I remember we were all like super excited for it, and we're crazy in love with it because of the setting of that game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan.
I'm not at all either. I've never played any.
I've tried Skyrim. Yeah, Oblivion's pissed me off just loading it up. I mean, I'm not an Elder Scrolls person, and I really enjoy the sandbox. I know it's not a sandbox game. It's not build whatever you want.
It's a nice marriage, though. Yeah,
right,
I know
right.
What you're saying.
It's a good kind of maybe starter sandbox. I wish they had housing because that would be really cool, but it's too much right now for the game because it's too hard. And the crafting, I think if they build on it, this game is going to be awesome. And I wanted to, have you guys, because I usually play with you guys in games. I at least start with them like, Guild Wars 2 and all these from Aeon or whatever the hell that game was a long time ago. Yeah, how do you guys feel? Do you feel this is another Star Wars: The Old Republic? Really excited after months, shit, we're gone, or do you feel more really? I could play this for a long time because I'm not going to get to max level because it is too hard at this point. But do you feel, hey, this is something I would get bored with? I know Steve loves Guild Wars too, so I mean, everybody has their own kind of game. But how do you feel as a long range pay? $15 a month, do you feel this is a game that you'll be doing for the next few months?
Me personally, I don't know. I think the PvP is better than Guild Wars 2 from the little bit that I played. I instantly fell in love, and I never had that with Guild Wars 2's RVR. I had like whenever I played RVR, or not RVR, but the WBW in Guild Wars 2, I always had this could be good if they did this, or this could be good if this happens in this, but it never like clicked.
Yeah.
And the instant I was in my first big fight, actually the instance that I first walked into the inner walls of the keep, I
Yeah, I was talking to you right
God.
then. Yeah.
I walked out and I messaged Jason's like, do the keeps look very familiar? And he's like, yeah. And then they totally look like Dark Age keeps.
Oh, I love that.
And then
that was great.
The first big battle that I was in, that was it. That's exactly what I've been wanting.
Yeah.
As long as they maintain the stability of it and there's no actual performance issues there, which there wasn't in that first night that I played.
I haven't run into any. I've been playing PvP the last couple days.
Yeah, as long as that stays as flawless as it has been, I'm going to be in love with that, and it's going to be hard to get me away from the game. My issue is that I feel like I need to be pushing on the PvE side to get to end level first before I really dive into that.
Yeah.
That's my question. Yeah.
But I don't really know. I'm actually not 100% sure how much they scale your character when you're out there. Like, I don't know, as people get further and further up and they're in their 30s or 40s or even to 50, if I'm going out there at level 20, how disabled am I against them?
Right.
I don't
think we'll
really
that
know.
for a while. I asked a couple people in beta when it was going on, and Bill Murphy from MMORPG, he said from his experience, you can definitely tell when someone's not a higher level.
Okay.
So I'm guessing every time I've been PvPing, I've been kind of, when I take a break, like, okay, probably need to level as much as I can before I go back out there.
Right.
What I was kind of thinking about it was the reason why I started a second character was for the first time, like, I was trying to really rush with Zelda. I was doing the typical rush, level, rush, level, because, beginner levels don't matter. Go, rush. And I read, my handicap here was I stopped and read one of those books, you open.
Yeah.
And it was actually entertaining. I hadn't read any of them. I just clicked them to get the, sometimes they give you a bonus, sometimes they don't, to your skill set.
Yeah.
Well, I never read them. I was just clicking to see if I got a skill set. Okay, didn't. Okay, move on. Well, one I read and it was actually kind of entertaining. And I'm like, what have I missed? So I started this new character and went to the beginning stages just to catch up to where I was with Zelly. And I'm going much slower with her. But I'm, like, involved. I'm, like, reading what all the characters are doing and, like, what's going on. Like, I would have missed that, like, little encounter you had. Because I was trying to just focus on leveling. It's not a power leveling game. That's not what this is about.
No.
And I found, like, today, I got practically nowhere, but I played all day. And I think of it...
You're entrenching yourself in the world more.
Yeah, and I'm also... I'm not making tons and tons of progress, but it's kind of, like, more relaxing and enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I hate to, like, say Minecraft because it has nothing to do with that type of style, like, that. The style of gameplay is totally different, but it's that type of feeling where
it puts your brain.
I'm exploring, I'm enjoying, I'm not just grinding. I'm actually just enjoying being in the world and oops, I got experience,
Yeah.
But it's not happening fast at all. And I don't really care though because I'm having a great time doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've at level, just in case I'm level 9 and level 7, so I'm not at all leveled.
Yeah, I think the other boon to us staying around is the fact that the guild we're in is rather sizable and filled with people that we're actually getting along with quite well. And
they tend to stick.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's going to be enough of a base there that's going to be supportive, and I think the style of this isn't rush, burnout. Like, that's kind of what I was trying to say. Like, the style of this game is slower pace, so... Yeah. I'm not gonna be in that rush burnout phase, I hope. Yeah, it's always too early to tell for me. It's day 1 today, but I've been playing since last Sunday. It's honeymoon, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you never know. I'm really enjoying it right now, and ask me in a week, I may have a different answer.
Well, we probably will ask you next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been in Bell's guild in his WoW guild, and I got in there, that awkward feeling of, hey, this is a new guild. I don't know these people. I just want to shut up and kind of feel them out. I went into his WoW guild, and these people are awesome. I mean, I felt at home with these people, and they're really good gamers. They're polite and everything. And Bell, he runs a good ship. I mean, he's really does a really good job with this stuff.
He's a good egg.
We've been really lucky. Like Slims, you were saying, like the generosity of the guild bank is pretty astounding, even at this early level. I mean, it's just completely supplied.
And I'm usually very nervous about ever taking from a bank, but it's been more.
Yeah.
I've felt more apt to take things from the bank, and I've been depositing more things into the bank. And
that's something I'm not really familiar with right now in the game. I haven't visited a town or anything, so I don't know those things. And I know you were saying stuff about the guild, where some of the stuff about guilds is lacking on it. Not the guild itself, but
the guild mechanic stuff.
Right. The guild mechanics. I know you said that there was some stuff that was lacking with the like seeing people and finding guild.
Oh, was it about the like name tags? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mentioned in our doc. Yeah, the one thing that I'm like kind of at an impasse with is there are no name or guild tags in the world. So
I have a problem with that as well. Just being an old MMOer, I like to see. I like to get to know a guild's reputation from their players.
Sure.
And you don't know that from what you see right now.
I don't even know who people are when they go by. Every time I see somebody in the game, and if they're a cat, that's the only reason I know I follow them around yelling Thundercats ho, because the cat's people. That's all. I'm like, Thundercat ho.
Where's Lionel at?
I know.
But yeah, the amount of times
I've
the only
people, because everything looks like a human except for the cats.
Right, yeah. The amount of times I've swung at people thinking that they were NPCs.
Yeah, especially in the disguises.
Yeah.
If they're wearing, like, if you're doing one of those quests where they're in the disguises, I'm like, chop, 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 and you're a person. Hello.
This was just me just waving, saying hi.
That's just my great sword.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a certain amount of, I hate the word because it's being sincerely or seriously overused. I can't speak. But the immersion is there because there's no name tags. It just feels more alive. But like I had mentioned in the doc, that I like randomly running into guildmates, like seeing the tag and then going, oh, whoa, different color. You're one of me.
I understand why that's there, but give me the option to turn it on or off if I want.
Totally.
Just put it in the settings, turn on names and tags.
Because to a point, any video game doesn't have the amount of immersion that, I mean, it's going to break once you're playing it enough and you get down to the core mechanics of it. But.
For one thing is, like, I actually like to know if I run across a guildie. Like, someone could be running by, and it's like, I wouldn't even know that was you.
Mm-hmm.
But, because there's bald guys everywhere. I wouldn't know. That was you.
My guys are always bald.
No, he's got hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally.
Well, look at you.
I'm branching out.
Living the dream.
God.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You always play bald guys. That's not my fault.
I typically do, yeah.
You do. You almost always do. Anyway, I wouldn't know that was you. Like, definitely now wouldn't know it was you by.
Should make an Afro Jones.
I wish.
Oh, you would.
In beta, I tried to make the ugliest character I possibly could.
God, was that Ion you made that character in?
Yeah, Basketball Jones.
Yeah, oh god, I think one of the moments in MMO I've laughed the most. That was so good.
I just remember you were in that town or whatever. I was like, dude, turn around. I was like trying to get your attention and you wouldn't turn around. You're like talking to a vendor or something. And I was like, no, seriously, dude, just turn around. And I just hear laughter over the chat.
Once I did. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah. The guy that I made in Elder Scrolls, though, the beta, I made him an orc, and I just, like, putting sliders any which way, and he kind of came out looking like Danny Trejo.
That's not good.
No.
It's unfortunate.
Really skinny Danny Trejo. Like, really big head, but really skinny body. It was weird. Anyways.
I gotta say though, just throwing out there, PvP wise,
Yeah.
I had chills yesterday when I was playing because it was a throwback to Dark Age where I was grouping up where we were like a whole bunch of people were trying to take a keep, and it fell apart, and the other side started charging, and we all kind of like went our own ways, ran basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing my character that I'm trying to model after a scout from Dark Age. So I stealthed and just kind of sulked off to the side, and I was trying to make my way back to the keep because they were pushing back on the keep that we were attacking from. And I was walking, stealthing, and I saw an enemy run right by me, and I freaked out, and they stopped and looked. And I got that old feeling from Dark Age where you could tell when you were a stealther that somebody saw you because they totally stop and look and start looking right around you. And I totally tried to guess where they were going, and I went the other way, and they gave up and kept walking. And that was like, that gave me the thrill of what I love most of Dark Age PvP, just sulking around, stealthing, and just I outthought you. I may not have killed you, but I still lived. And I'm sure that doesn't really, a lot of people don't take any joy in that, but I love that.
That's awesome. No, yeah, and because so many people get focused on like, well, I didn't get experience points for that, I didn't get any gold for that, or whatever. But like, that's an amazing thrill. I'm sorry, we gave you an actual feeling.
Yeah,
we made you feel something. That's way better.
Yeah, I was on that. It's just that rush from that moment gives me a lot of hope, and I've been really happy with the bow damage that I have spec'd for it. Because I don't know, you hear like going back to Dark Age and all the nerfs on that, like hopefully I felt the amount of points I put into bow, I felt satisfied with how I built my character going out into PvP. And we'll see how that settles out once everyone's reached max level and all that, and whether it stays the same at 50. But I felt really good with the way I built my character going out there.
Cool. Yeah, mine's been fun, but we'll see later on, because I was even debating last night because I'm kind of making more of a tank, and I was debating if I should not be a tank, and I'm thinking later on that might just be a wise decision to stay with the tank. But
have you been streaming? I tried to stream yesterday a little bit, but have you been streaming a bit of that?
I've not been. I did. Yeah, I think the last time I did was maybe beta. I haven't really been into the streaming this week. I should have been, but
Scary's been streaming quite a bit lately, and I just kind of thought it'd be a cool thing to talk about because we've never really nailed down with Multiplaying what we're doing with our stream at all. We just let anyone do whatever they want. We don't care.
Sure.
Because if you're gonna do anything, God bless you. But I was actually watching your stream, Scary, and you had like actual like philosophy behind what like your goals for your streams. Like you wanted shorter streams with like typical topic. Like I was like, that's a totally different philosophy from what I go for when I stream. I thought that'd be kind of a cool thing to talk about. Like, yeah, because when I stream, I'm like, I'm on here for 8 hours. Go.
You can watch my character staying here while I go to the bathroom
and flush. Yeah, no, my streaming, like, I'm not popular. You're not popular. I'm happy if I get one guy, watching my stream, because we all stream, we all blog, we all do this stuff for attention. We like doing it. I love writing. That's why I blog. I love writing, but I love people reading my writing. That's part of it. And streaming's the same thing. It's I love people watching it. And when I go to stream, even though I'm not popular, I don't know how to get popular. I have no idea. But I go in there every single time and I have an idea of what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do in the streaming. I have a point, and I go and I do that, and I get sidetracked and everything. I mean, you watched my streaming, that was like an hour and something, but I had an idea of, hey, this is what I wanted to do, this is what I wanted to talk about, and that's what I did with it. And then when I was done, I was done doing the stream, and then I did a 5-minute stream, and the 5-minute one there was a plan behind it. I thought about it all day. I was like, okay, what am I going to do for a stream? I'm going to go in and I'm going to talk as fast as I can, and I'm going to talk about the menus, and I'm going to do combat. I'm going to die and all this. Well, during that, my wife fucked it up. I was in the middle of doing this stream where I thought it was funny. It was kind of bland. I know it was boring, but I was in the middle of it. She jumps up on the bed when I'm streaming. She jumps up on the bed, sticks her ass like 2 inches from my face and my mic, and rips a fart right into my mic. Just rips it. And then she starts laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? You just farted? And I'm live streaming, taping this. And she's just giggling and stuff. And, this is, and I think it made a better stream and a better YouTube video of this woman ripping ass in my mic.
Well, she gave you first huff. You should be happy.
Yeah,
I know.
that's love.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, this is like so much better. And
So what
everybody's
does it
like,
smell like?
oh, your wife should be a better chef.
Gross.
Women, don't fart.
Now we have video evidence. Or audio
Yes,
evidence.
we do.
You have video evidence of this. What was she thinking? Yeah, but because see, what I tend to do is when I stream, I might tackle a topic, but then I will still continue to stream for a really long time. But then I'll chop that one segment out and then upload that like highlight to YouTube.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
My problem is I don't know how to chop that out because
Oh.
I'm technically stupid. So
No,
I have to
no.
figure out what I do and do it and then post it. That's all I know how to do.
Gotcha.
I can't screw up. I have to do it perfect.
It's all
Just-
live.
It's
Yeah.
exactly like my blogging. I don't edit. I write and I post it. That's all I do.
It's all real.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
anyway,
real.
when I was watching you stream, I had to listen. I was at work and I was just like, anyone doing any Tesso, please, I need a fix right now. And I saw like you popped on Twitter, like you were streaming. I'm like, oh, thank God. I went in there and I had to put headphones on because, and I'm laughing, like, because you have this stream of consciousness that comes out of you when you play, and that's awesome because I don't want to watch someone play. I don't want to read their stuff.
No.
I want to know what they think behind what they're doing. So you have like the whole thought process going the entire time you're playing, which is really, really helpful for me as a viewer. And so I just thought I'd tell you that. It's really good.
I don't watch people stream, and I watch streams every once in a while, but to me the most boring thing is watching somebody going, I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna fight this monster. I'm like, how fucking boring can you be? You're playing a video game. I can see you're doing it, but this is damn boring, you talking about exactly what you're doing. I want to talk about my life, I want to talk about my penis hurting my leg, It's just random stuff that isn't the video game, but it has to do with the video game. Like I said, it's not popular. The popular people that do these streamings are, have like an outline of exactly what they're gonna say, and they do it.
Not always. A lot of times when I as soon as I tune into a Twitch stream or whatever, and I can tell if the stream is bullshit, is if they have music in the background.
I hate when streamers play like their own like.
I
they have
gotta
a
stop doing
fucking-
that.
Oh, they have their own.
Yeah. I'm talking to
because
you.
No, because I don't necessarily like what you like, and that's a personal. I mean, music. It's a personal choice. I'm not saying it's good or bad or whatever, but it's your personal choice, and like, I don't want to hear like your style of music. I'm here because we happen to have a common link in this video game, but your music choice probably ain't it, pal.
That tells me that.
But I'll turn off. I will turn off a
Yeah.
stream based on bad music. Like if I'm like, I cannot listen to this. It doesn't matter how good the person is playing or what they're sharing with me or anything. If I don't like the music, I'm gonna turn it off. So probably don't play the music. I would
It
say.
tells me that they don't have a lot of confidence in what they're doing, so they're gonna have something in the background just so they don't have dead space.
Yeah, it's me in the game and whatever the hell I want
yeah.
to say.
You're streaming about a game. That's what I'm there to watch.
Yeah, I'll say whatever the fuck I want when I'm playing a game. That's what I do. I say whatever the hell I want because it's
He says
shocking.
some stuff, people. Like, he's being, like, this is amazing. He's being so polite right now.
Yeah. This is me being. No, this is my normal. This is normal me. You know, my blogging and my streaming is ScaryBooster. This is me kind of thing. You know, it's two different people. I play a character really when I do those things because I think it's fun. It's more of a thing. If I talked about my real life and everything on my blog and on the streams and stuff, it's boring, you know. And we're doing a podcast, and I want to give you my opinion, not this crazy weird guy idiot that has emotional problems where, oh, nobody's seeing me blog and, oh, nobody's watching my stream. You know, those things that I do sometimes for fun. This is, you know, I'm giving you the guys the podcast me.
Yeah, with the farting wife.
Right.
I like the farting wife guy.
Yeah, she's great. That's how we get along, is we're both disgusting pigs at times.
You guys sound like a cute couple.
Yeah, we are. We're good. I'm the sexy, you know, a sexy beast.
Let's see.
Okay, we can segue to something else.
I know. That's what I'm trying to. Well, I kind of really was interested in like talking about like the whole because we're really not into. We kind of started twitching a little bit more since it's become a little easier. It seems like with the PS4, the Xbox One, and blah blah blah. But we don't have a focus with it. We just kind of do it, and so but recently too, I talked to Bell, and he said it was totally cool to like. I can stream, but also use like like you know how he has that channel in the Mumble where it's Bell streaming. He's like, I said, can we use that when we stream? He's like, yes, absolutely. Get anyone. So you know, he's like, yes. He goes, I think it would be awesome if multiple people were streaming, like no problem. So that's kind of cool because I think having more discussion is better for a stream because sometimes your chat room's dead and they're not talking and they're not interacting. So you do sit there and talk you start talking about like, okay, and I'm going over here because no one's saying anything. You're all staring at me like a fucking weirdo because you're fucking weirdos. And then they leave because you've insulted them. So the Mumble will help with that.
Yeah, it's always better. Like I've always thought about doing a podcast, you know, just a normal ScaryBooster kind of weird ass podcast, but it's hard to have a podcast of just me because that's boring. Listen to one person. I think Bell's thing is really great where he has that room and people can pop in and talk to you. And so I stream alone right now because I just the weird times that I play sometimes, and I really haven't had a time to play, so it's me alone. So I have to kind of make it fun in some way, or it'd be like you said, just boring. Of hey, I'm gonna do this quest, and I'm gonna go over here, and this is, and I'm not a technical person. I don't sit there and max and min and go over my character with a fine tooth comb and figure out exactly how I'm gonna play the game. Really ditzy. I don't get these things. I go out there and I play to have fun and I kick things ass. And if I had a room like Bell has where other people could talk to me, I think it would be a better stream. Everybody streams, and I even think having a stream where somebody else is streaming while you're streaming, so your conversations are all overlapping in this weird, like, hey, there's 5 streams going on and we're all having the same conversation, but we're all doing something different. But it's like this podcast that we're doing now, you know, we all have our little different thing. We could be playing games right now if we wanted while we're doing podcasts, but I think it's a really good thing to have that interaction. If you're not comfortable with Dead Space, because I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with Dead Space, they will sit there and be like, or have the stupid music in the background where they can have the dead space. They can have the dead space and not worry about it much. I'm fine with Dead Space. I enjoy Dead Space because it makes my
it's a good game.
Right. It's this is a good game. You just sit there and you play it, and if I'm dead spacing while I'm game, that means I'm like doing something so intriguing with my own brain that I don't have to talk. It's I don't have to have death metal playing in the background, just some hammer metal so people
to
have
distract
something
from
right.
that you have no personality.
Yeah, but the
That's how it is in those.
But you don't mean ScaryBooster. You mean of
No.
those people
No,
that
I mean
do
the people
that.
who
Okay.
have I mean the people who have the death metal going in the background.
right.
I was
Distract.
like, wow, that was a burn.
No.
You didn't. Yeah, I got you, man.
Actually, I don't listen to death metal. I'm a rapper. I like
There you go.
rap music. Me and like, all the rappers.
Stream.
Just a quick quiz. What music do you listen to while you game, if any? I personally listen to game music only. Like whatever is in the game, that's what I'm listening to. I don't play anything over it.
I don't listen to anything. I don't listen to the game music. I don't even turn my speakers on. It's dead silent when I play.
You're stealthy.
Right. Well, a lot of times my computer's in my bedroom, and if my wife's sleeping or she's reading or something, I might put my headset on, but this stuff it hurts your ears after a while. It's silent. So my streaming days are Mondays. They're because I have Monday off of work, and she's working, so I have this time all by myself where I can be just batshit crazy and not have to worry about because when I do that stuff, if somebody's looking over my shoulder, I kind of feel a little self-conscious, like, am I saying something stupid?
Freaks me out. Yeah, no,
right,
I get that.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about it. And in Monday, I don't have the thing of streaming and having other people pop in the channel because most people are working on Monday. So that's why I record it also and put it on YouTube. So if people want to watch it later, they can. But I figured that one I posted that was like over an hour long, that was really boring. I mean, it was fun to have you guys be able to pop into the Twitch channel and chat with me, and I could screw around with you with the chatting. But watching it on YouTube later was really boring. I'd rather have the 5 minute, the really short 5, 10, 15-minute streams are one of those perfect things because I can go in, I can act really crazy, and then I can get out, and people can watch a quick video.
I'll teach you how to highlight.
I did get an email. I'm not sure exactly what it all will entail, but Twitch sent out some emails about a Twitch group beta that they're going to be doing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It'll probably be one of those pay things that you have to do. Their turbo, where you have to go and pay their premium service for this stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it'd be kind of neat to see if you could actually have multiple camera feed or mic feed into one Twitch channel.
Well, but there is that there's a free service where you can take 4 Twitches. There's another site that will take 4 Twitches and play them in a quad on your screen.
Right.
You don't really need that. They'll do that simultaneously already.
Well, that program I use that I found from Laughter, the program was OS or OBS.
Yeah, the open source.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
Right. You can.
It's really easy on your system.
Yeah, you can put a little picture down at the bottom. Yeah, of you streaming. I don't really like my face on the side of the bottom of the picture.
I got told yesterday I was too ugly to Twitch.
Shut your mouth.
I should. So I should turn that off apparently, but it was from someone who knows me in real life, so it's fine.
Oh.
They were just being a dick because
what you do is you get the camera and you can just kind of you press your breasts against the camera and just kind of squeeze them, and people are like, oh my gosh, there's breasts. You can just anybody that squeezes those babies right next to a camera, it doesn't matter how old you are, it's the boobies. You can be granny just.
And then you pan out and it's ab.
he's squeezing his butt cheeks together in the camera. Oh yeah, look at this. I wonder why those were hairy.
Perky runner's breasts.
Yeah.
Nope, those are butts.
Oh, do you know you guys, I'm doing also a really neat thing for Elder Scrolls. I don't want to monopolize your whole podcast or anything, but I'm doing this thing called Dark Out. It's really, really interesting. Well, what I do is I'm not following blogs or news sites or reading about people's opinions, because lately it's sucked. People's opinions have really sucked. Like, everything is Elder Scrolls Online is the next Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's going to fail within 6 months. And we've been hearing that with this, because it's a pay thing where you have to pay monthly, and everybody sees this is going to free to play and stuff, and it's going to be just like Elder Scrolls. Well, I've tried to argue with people. Well, not argue, but talk to people and say, Star Wars: The Old Republic was an IP that was bought, that they had like a contract for that, and Elder Scrolls is their flagship. And Bethesda and ZeniMax, these people don't want to let this go as easily as they let Star Wars: The Old Republic go. I don't feel like this game is going to be free to play as soon as people think. 6 months, a year, even Rift. Surprisingly enough, Rift lasted 3 years? Pay, was it?
Was it that long?
It was pretty long.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, because that was their flagship. Rift was their flagship MMO, and Star Wars: The Old Republic wasn't a flagship. It was just an IP that they rented, and EA just wanted quick money with this, and they wanted to plug it in as fast. They wanted to rush the game out. They wanted to get their money, and Elder Scrolls is a flagship. They're gonna push as long as they can. Doing, you want to pay monthly, and they've already said, I've been impressed with their customer service. I've been impressed with how they respond to people and how they've changed the game, because I've been in beta since August of last year. This game has changed immensely compared to that August beta. What they've done to this game, even back then, it was smooth. This whole game was like super smooth. I was worried about the servers because this mega server thing, but I haven't had a problem. And
the mega server is just genius, because they can have however many servers. They can have a bajillion servers out there at launch to for all this stuff, and then when they start closing them down for population, when like the Head Start tourists start going away, it's not closing servers, because you don't know.
Yeah,
it's not. There's no consolidation that needs to happen. It's all just organically in that mega server thing. Yeah, it's brilliant.
We're not playing this server merger drama anymore. There's no drama whatsoever with this. When they want to close servers down, they do, and nobody knows.
Know.
Right.
And that's how it should be. It should be on the back
Yeah.
end. This is stuff, hardware crap, I shouldn't, as a user, have any knowledge of.
Yeah. And this is, I think this is perfect, because they don't need to tell you. War lasted years, 5 years and I thought that game was shit. When I played it, I was blogging about it, I was into it, and I played it for 2 weeks, and it was shit. To me, it was like, I walked into the game and there was mobs standing off in the corner waiting for me to kill them. The Elder Scrolls has, movement. It doesn't have as many mobs. I noticed that about this game too. There isn't as many things to kill. Like,
there's not just trash sitting out there waiting for you to kill.
Right.
There's a purpose.
Right. It isn't like WoW, where you walk out of town of WoW and there's camps and camps of shit that you can kill everywhere. So it's a mind-numbing, I'm the damn hero, back to the hero thing. I'm the damn hero. I'm going to kill every fucking thing from this town to that town, and I'm going to walk in their blood. This game is like, there's a guy over here, I think, but shit, there's a maple tree, there's some iron nodes, and there's this damn cat that just ran by me, and it seems more, I don't know, realistic kind of to me.
I just throwing a little random tip just to interrupt, but I'll let you go again in a second. But on Stras Mackay, because I am Daggerfall Covenant, but if you go around the starter island on Stras Mackay, today I did it. I got 9 chests. I like to practice the key locking thing,
Yeah.
because I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
So if you go around the perimeter of the starter island, I got 9 chests, and the other day I got 10. So I mean, if you have an hour,
Yeah.
and I got like tons of iron and wood and stuff to like for other stuff too, and then I took all that and threw it in the guild bank. But you know what I mean? Like it's good because like just that one little loop, you got like so much stuff because no
Yeah.
one's going around the perimeter of those islands.
Yeah.
I would assume the other 2 starter islands probably have the same thing going on. Go around the perimeter, things wash ashore. Things like chests. Practice your lock picking. And because your lock picking skill doesn't increase. Like it doesn't get easier as you do it just because of a number that increases. It physically gets easier because you as a human being get better at it.
But then the chests get harder based on the amount of time you're given.
The amount of time you're giving or like how sensitive they are. So you need to get better at it. So do a loop around those starter islands and do those 10 and kind of get back. I've heard there's like a couple websites out there that have like what are they called? No, well yeah, probably, but like a tutorial type of thing on the site, where you can kind of try and do
like
it.
a practice, like a training.
Yeah, but if you can just do a loop around an island, you actually get the gear on your character. So, and I got like a few, soul gems and stuff too. So it was worth it. It's completely worth it compared to like all the iron and stuff I got on top of it by going around. But anyway, back to your thoughts.
I got a whole bunch of them, but no, just like those chests, I was talking to a couple people on Twitter and G Plus about the whole game of how it's you can like the chest, you can open the chest, but it's how you do it. Like it's your skill, and the combat's just like that. You get points from leveling up, and you get gear and stuff, but it doesn't seem like it affects how you play the game as much. Like if you're level 10 and you're killing a level 7 guy, he can still kick your ass because you need the skill. There's skill involved in how you dodge. And me playing it right now, I thought one of my streams, I was like, well, the combat's kind of boring. You click, you dodge, you click. But as you get going, your skill as a player kind of plays into, are you going to survive this fight? Because your gear only matters a little bit, and everything else matters just a tiny bit. It's how you time your dodges, how you get out of the red spots, what spell you use to kill this guy. And it seems like a lot of people are dying because they don't understand it's not a normal MMO hack and slash where you just go in and kill everything. You go in and you actually have to think about a fight. I was stupid. I pulled 2 guys the other day, died instantly. Like it wasn't even it wasn't like I was hacking and slashing at these guys for a minute. It was like instant death. I pulled them, bam, dead. I pulled one of them and I could fight him and I survived. I pulled 2 of them, totally dead. And it seems like this whole game at this level, without these other level 50s or these cookie cutters, at this level now it seems more kind of what you do, almost like a first person shooter game, like Titanfall or something. You do better a little bit because you get better guns, but you actually do better the more you practice at this game. I mean, that's my take on it right now.
No, I totally, like, one of the tips I read today was like, you need to also pay attention to like certain mobs have resistances to certain things. So like if you're, fighting them with a sword that has flame, but they're totally flame retardant, it's not affecting them, and they're gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, you're the retardant after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know that. If things are now resistant to you, I mean, like you say, you could walk in there, and without these normal chat bubbles or these damage bubbles that we're used to floating above our heads saying, resist. They're not in this game. I guess you can get add-ons, I heard, for this, but you don't know this. So you could walk up to a mob that's fire resistant, as me as a Dragon Knight, and sit there and try to beat the shit out of this guy, and nothing's happening because I'm flaming him the whole time, and he's retarded or retardant, whatever. So, it's just kind of, without these indicators that we have on the MMOs that we are used to, we're stuck with kind of knowing the fight thing.
We have to know stuff.
Yeah, we have to actually know stuff, but I heard there's add-ons that show you these things, and I haven't really searched into it. He knows a lot about this. He was in beta for a long time, and Bell also, he knows about these things, but I haven't really researched any of them.
I've heard too, like, you were going back to like what you were saying about the Elder Scrolls community. I've never played an Elder Scrolls game before in my life. I'm an MMO player, so this for me is a whole new experience. And I understand that this is a marriage of these two worlds. So far I like it. I don't know what the Elder Scrolls people think of it, but I'm really happy. But from what I understand, Elder Scrolls is a heavily modded community. They are used to having their mods. Jason, you were saying there's a Macho Man mod?
For Skyrim, yeah.
What's it do, Betty?
It replaces all the dragons with Macho Man Randy Savage. It's amazing.
And you can plug that into your game, and then that happens. Like, that's amazing that there's a mod out there that will do that to your game. And I understand, like, in an MMO community, like, you probably need to have limits to those things. But I love that.
How do you fight this dragon?
Yeah.
You fight him with a Slim Jim. Snap into it.
Yeah.
You target Miss Elizabeth.
But
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Miss Elizabeth.
And Macho Man too, because he's dead too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, it's got really heavy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, but I was gonna say, like, like mods are huge in the Elder Scrolls community, but then on the other hand, for an MMO community, especially a PvP MMO community, that can open you up to tons of people who love to hack and use things for bad reasons. It's not just inserting Macho Man or Randy Savage's face on things. It's so they can exploit the game and win. And so there's this give and take right now that the two communities are kind of not happy with, it seems like, from a lot of things like out there right now, or people like a lot of mods got kind of broken recently because they took away the ability to use some of like the code. They took away the moderator's ability to use certain, information, and so a lot of mods stuff got broken because it doesn't work anymore. And the majority of it was legit. It was just giving people information they wanted, like minimap stuff, buff stuff, like duration and stuff, like nothing big, but certain people found a way to exploit it in a way that was wrong. And it's that give and take that you have to work with. Like, not everyone wants to put Macho Man Randy Savage's face on things to make things cool for everybody.
No, everybody wants to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, these people were mean, and they took that right away from us.
I don't know. I like being right now this part of the game. It's not the honeymoon stage because I haven't really played it very much, but I like the concept of being in the dark on some of the information that we're so used to on MMOs of the resist that this has and all these things that are trying to be modded into it. It makes the game really hard, and I fear that they're going to nerf some of this, not the mod part, but like the mobs and stuff, because so many people are whining at level 8 and level 10.
Because I like that it's hard.
Yeah.
I haven't had a hard MMOs.
Hot.
I know, it's so dirty as soon as I said it.
Yeah.
I haven't had a hard MMO since like DOC. Like, that was a game, like, it took a long time to level, and leveling was a very casual, relaxing experience because you just go into a dungeon and pray someone else wandered in there to level 2, and then you'd match up with them, and that's how you met people, and you went through stuff and did stuff together. And
that was hard. You had to get.
It was hard. Yeah,
hard.
We'd go down. It was hard. It was
so
like
hard.
Stiff, and there was wood. It was just all hard everywhere. But we'd go to I don't know, in Dayak it was like these this place where there was all these purple guys that nobody could go, and the spirit masters would sit there and do this whirly thing, and things would drop, and people would do this from like level 45 to 50 because you needed so much
Avalon
experience.
City, probably.
Right, yeah, it was crazy because you needed so much experience to get from 49 to 50 back in those days. I remember it took me over 3 months to get from 49 to 50, just one level.
Levels so long that they had half level dings.
Right,
Oh,
mini
I remember
dings,
that.
yeah, mini dings. It was crazy, and I like that's what turned me on about this game. I mean, not the hardness. Well, I guess that's part of the turn on, but is that it's a difficult game. It's so far, when I see people bitching about how hard this game is, I'm like, yeah, finally, we got a game that in beta it was hard, and the company nerfed it when it comes to release. They nerfed the damn game, and it's so easy after that. Because I remember Star Wars: The Old Republic was hard in beta. I remember dying in that game, and there was several other games I beta tested that they were like, yeah, our mobs are hard. This is gonna be a hard game, and people bitched and complained about it. The second it released, the first patch, what was it? Nerf. Everything was easy, and it's like I don't want Elder Scrolls to be easy. I want people. The frustration is a good thing. I know I'm gonna be frustrated.
If I don't have to think about an encounter,
Right.
I actually get bored and play log off and I play something else to get stimulated again because it's so boring.
Yeah, I want the frustration. I want that. What am I doing wrong? I have to think, what am I doing wrong in this encounter that I keep dying over and over? I should be able to do this, but there's something I'm doing wrong, and that's the like I was saying, this is the Dark Souls mentality of you will die. You have to go in, you have to think about an encounter, just like Dark Souls. You had to think about what the hell you're going to do before you actually jumped into something. And to me, it's enjoyable to be frustrated. And they all want these. They did a psychology thing on like video games of the part of it that people attach themselves are the feeling, and there was a part of the philosophy was that people wanted to be heroes, and that's where we got some of these MMOs that people wanted to be heroes. They wanted to feel like heroes, so they came in, they made these MMOs where you could go in, you could kill everything, and they had this hero effect. But that's boring. After a while, that's just super boring being the hero all the time and nothing being challenging. So I'm kind of glad they're going back to this other feeling of frustration. Not pissed off, I don't want to play this stupid ass game. It's I'm so frustrated. I actually want to play this game because I want to better myself, and I want like the old Donkey Kong days or Mario days where the game was, I spent hours on Super Mario Brothers trying to beat that because it was like, what the hell do I keep doing?
Yeah,
this
you want
one
pre-game
stage?
Genie.
Right. Yeah, it's what am I doing wrong where I can't complete this level of this game? It's not that this is so easy. I want to get to the end of the game. It's what the hell am I doing wrong that I keep dying? And that's what I'm enjoying part of this, and I'm gonna miss it when I can't play it for the next couple months because I know I'm gonna be thinking about it, and I don't want to read what all the negative shit people are gonna say because I know it's coming.
I totally get that because I remember I was so happy with my minstrel and DOC, and I for months I was so happy. And I thought, well, it's time for me to research and figure out if my build's okay and blah, blah, blah. And I came home and I was just devastated. And Jason was like, what's wrong? I go, well, minstrels are terrible. And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, no, minstrels are terrible. And he goes, what did you do? I went to the VN boards back then, which is, I think it's IGN now owns them. But back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then VN owned these forums, and they just tore everything apart to where there was it was decimated. There's nothing left after the argument, and I learned that I was playing a worthless, terrible class, and it ruined my whole gaming experience because it pointed out all these things I can't fix, I can't battle anything. And it's like, I was way better off never knowing that, because it's so many people in my guild and this group of people that I, came to know and love, that we were so supportive that I actually had a great function in group with them based on our battle style. I should never have opened myself up to anything else but that, because it tainted all of it. Like, it was awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got nothing else. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Look at me
Ooh.
killing the conversation.
No.
Well, I think that's the show.
Okay.
All right.
I don't
That's cool.
Does anybody have anything else?
That's what
I
you
would-
do, show.
I was
I'm sorry.
talking all the time, so
I
think
feel like I killed it there at the end, though. It makes it end on a more positive little bit.
I would feel like I was talking
Sorry.
the whole time on your guys' podcast.
That's why we have you on. You're the guest host. I'm glad you did talk. It's really, really. It's
It
actually
would have been really quiet if you didn't.
No, I get frustrated when we have a guest host on and then they don't say anything unless you ask them a direct question.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, fuck those people.
well, no, those are nice people too.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Hi, every other
Really
guest we
fluffing.
ever had. And
You didn't suck.
You just said you hate when people.
shut up! Don't throw my own words at me. All
It's
right,
all right.
well,
I'm an
Alex,
attention whore, so I like to talk.
Everyone
So
go see
it's
Captain.
okay.
huh?
Everyone go see Captain America.
It was
we saw
good.
Captain America tonight. It's really good.
I see. I don't like Captain America movies. I liked the last one. It was okay, but it wasn't a buyer. So was this one better than the first one?
I like the first one.
I love the first one. I like
Yeah, so but this
Oh.
one's better than the first one even.
Yeah. I got a Captain America shirt that I work out in the gym because I kind of fill it out and kind of like Captain. Man, no. People go in there like,
It's
oh,
a kid's
that's
medium.
So you're gonna go watch this movie and just constantly think, I could fill that shirt out better than that guy.
Captain. Yeah, I know. That's why I go in there and just like scare all the children with
I
my
don't know,
shield.
I really like Chris Evans, but
Said he's
No,
done acting after this stuff.
no, after Captain America,
After he's done fulfilling the contract.
his contractual obligation. Yeah, he's directing only after this. Yes, which I respect. I mean, he's got a dream. Man has a dream. Wants to do what he wants with his beautiful pecs. That's fine with me.
I gotta watch it this
guess
weekend. Not his
it-
pecs, but
You want to see some
Oh, you-
juicy Scarlett Johansson booty?
ooh,
There's a lot of booty shots, right?
What?
Like it was unnecessarily camera angled at her booty.
Not unnecessarily.
I'm like, hi, Michael Bay. When did you come into the directing area?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, my family's coming back this weekend.
Go today. Go right now.
I can't
Why?
because it's
No.
freaking
No.
10:30.
he's gotta clean up
Okay,
the walls.
You're
You told
thinking
him.
like a man who has a family who lives with him.
They do.
They don't right now.
There's no movies playing after 10:30.
Yes, there is.
Not around here.
You're so old.
Where do you live?
Uh,
My God.
Guaranteed fucking to you, there's nothing playing after 10:30 around here.
No
On a
midnight
Friday
showing?
night?
Yeah.
Midnight shows here.
On a Friday night?
Pretty
at the
sure.
launch weekend? No, I think you need to
Oh.
I think you need to check the internet, pal.
I'm doing that right now.
Okay, I gotta ask: Are you kind of like glad that your family's coming back because you're just now shooting ghost loads everywhere?
Let's see. Captain America last show started right now.
Just gonna ignore that, huh?
No, I'm telling you.
I
Seriously.
So are you or are you not shooting ghost loads?
Ghost
Okay,
load?
okay,
What the
let's not
fuck is a
talk-
ghost
You're
load?
jacking off so much, but nothing comes out.
It just goes.
No. Ghost load.
It's a man queef. It goes.
Oh my God. I don't think I can visit you. Like,
Me?
yeah, I could go watch Captain America right now anywhere.
I can't.
Like,
No. Shit's
I don't know where
last
you.
shows of the evening are happening
Do you
right
have?
now.
Do you have? Do you have like corn growing in your yard? Like,
If you go a couple miles.
are you like a farmer? Like,
No, literally like a mile down the road.
okay.
See corn.
Yeah, but we have that by us. You've been by our house. There's
Yeah,
like
it's true.
That's just because people aren't mowing shit there.
That's just Detroit.
True.
Yeah.
All right, good night.
We have no good segue to leave this off. Scary, thank you so much for being on the show. Did you like it? Did you have a good time?
The show?
Yeah, did you have a good show?
Well,
Okay.
I talked all the time, so
You did great topics though. Like we covered lots of cool stuff. We did the game, we did some streaming, we talked about your wife's farts. We did a lot of good stuff.
She's got great farts. Just watching her ass in slow motion is
There you go. That's love.
It is. It's right in my damn face too. Just it's like a gunshot. My head went back into the left.
This is why you need a camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow or whatever. I don't know. You'll see me on.
I'll be picking up my family.
Yeah, and be cleaning the Godzilla jizz off the walls before you pick them up.
Godzilla jizz.
I hope your wife doesn't take a black light to that place.
Oh God.
It's gonna be awful.
Ugh.
Well, gentlemen, no point in hanging around this dump any longer.
Wait! Where are you going? I was going to make espresso.
Show's over, folks.
You can't go. All the plants are going to die.
Take off, eh?
Thanks for listening to Multiplaying, the companion podcast at multiplaying.net. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to multiplaying@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at www.multiplaying.net.
We've made a lot of friends, shared a lot of laughs, often at the expense of others.
I think some people are going to be upset.
Let me just close this conversation by saying you are one unique individual.
Thank you and good night.